It's actually irrelevant how many chickens you got, to tell you the truth. The thing is, this chicken tractor, do you want it? Huh? You want a present from me? I can give you a present? Huh? It is leaves. You mustn't eat it. Okay. Je moet hom nie eet nie. Is nie kos nie. Morning. How are you guys this morning?
It's good.
Good.
Lights.
All right.
Why?
Now you don't have to stand in the smoke, dude. Solution is learning how to braai. Marcus and Ethan has got them some wors on a wire here. Yeah. My newest edition. Children tractor 1.0. Yo. Keep your children in here. Oh. Baby, you're supposed to roost on those. Yeah. You're supposed to roost on those beams. You're not supposed to be cutting your teeth on it. No. Ugh, Sisa. Easy.
Mama.
Is it mama? Mm.
Mama.
Mm. The old roots of an old, looks like a fever tree that was standing over here. And the roots are busy decomposing. So you've got lots of fungi doing the thing there. I've actually got a little spider on my phone as I'm recording you. Very small little spider. Alright. Yesterday I was busy assembling my first chicken tractors, the first 4. And then this morning the toilets were backed up. So now we're digging in, trying to find the blockage and to build the pipe. I think it's underneath this palm tree next to the house. So we're gonna just build a root around the root system of the palm tree and then just cover it up again. Yeah. So while they're busy there, and I'm not building chicken tractors on an even level, I'll be putting in my first and only bed, I think, for this year. I don't know, my plans might change. Up here is the vermicast. Oh yeah, for my first bed, I'm going to need obviously a lot of cardboard boxes. So the move, when we moved here, left me with a lot of cardboard boxes. So when you do build a bed with cardboard boxes, just remember to take off all the tape and the shiny stickers and the staples and the stuff like that. In here is vermicast, and then obviously some volunteer tomatoes that came from the other side, from the previous house. And then I brought 2 strawberries, with actually 3 strawberry plants, and just stuck them in here so they can just survive. I'm very I feel like I'm in the mood to take this vermicast just as it is and put it into the bed. The first bed is going to come in here. Just to some explanatory, these posts that I've pegged in here over the last week or so, I was just checking the angles of the sun and east to west and that type of thing, and magnetic east to west and actual east to west, and where the path of the sun and so forth, and then where the most sunlight is, and that is up here where where the tape is lying now currently. That's where the most sunlight happens. There's a lot of trees on the premises, and I'm very thankful for that because we live in Africa and it is hot here. So it's a nice cool environment, and things like lettuce and so forth will really enjoy it here. Everything else is going to enjoy it here. We're going into our winter now. It's almost, I think actually it is our autumn solstice, if I don't have it wrong. And we have, I've actually checked the date. Today's the 23rd of March. Just check the date, but I'm pretty sure we're officially going into autumn now. So what I need is a cubic meter plus to build of compost to build the first bed down here. And in here I've got probably, if I'm lucky, 0.2 cubic meters. So I still need about another cube, or 800, 0.8 cubic meters. Now further down there, these are the lime trees that that is included in the project. So I've got the limes here. I've put a little gate in at the bottom to access it, right there at the bottom behind the tree over there, so I can access into the limes. And then there's at the bottom of the limes on the other side of the road there, underneath a old, I think it's a macadamia tree, there is there's some decomposing macadamia shells, lots of them, which is now down to soil. So I'm gonna see if I can get at least 10 wheelbarrow loads out there, and then bring it up to here and put that on the cardboard box, and then top it up with the vermicast, and then plant my favorites into that. So I'll just have one bed this year just to check what the soil is doing and how it reacts, and test a whole bunch of stuff, and then we'll be running chickens in between the limes. There's a nice big broad piece up here, and then in between the limes like that, and then obviously between the limes and the fence, we'll run chickens down to the bottom and around, and keep the grass nice and short here. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do about 600 chickens down here. So my first chickens I want to order next month, beginning in about a week or so's time. I want to order them, and then a week later they'll be here. Or maybe I'll delay it with another week, so that's about 3 weeks time from now they'll be here. And then I'll be running the first 100 chickens and just test and see how it works, and see what the pressure from nature is in the vicinity, and if we have any fatalities or anything like that. And yeah, so in a year's time, after doing this whole section with these limes, there's about 80 lime trees here, cleaning it up with chicken and dropping a lot of chicken manure on it, I want to build beds around and in between these lime trees, and seeing that there's no tractors that run here or anything running with fuel here. You don't need big pathways, you just need a space for a wheelbarrow and a trolley and a human being to walk. So we can really do the nooks and cranny farming, as Joel Salatin suggests. So that's what I'll be aiming at. The sun is pretty bright, so I hope you make it out. The purpose of the 6 poles on the one side, or the 6 markers on the one side, and the 6 markers on the other side, so there's 12 markers to make one bed. That would be the furthest corner. From there to there is 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters, and then from there to the next pole 750 millimeters or 75 centimeters, and then 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters again. Then these 2 poles that are standing over here, they're a meter away from there to there, 1000 millimeters, and then it is 10 meters from these poles to the ones over at this side, to these poles over here, these 2 right in front of me now. So up to there is 10 meters. So that's the full length of the bed, and the width of the actual bed, the planting area, is 75. And then I've got a meter this side, and I've got a meter on the other side, which will be walkways. and then 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters either side of the bed, which will then be walkways. I'm planning on getting some wood chip or some other woody material that I can put in there as a walkway. So the bed starts between that peg and that peg. Over there, 10 meters on to those ones at the bottom, and then 30 centimeter walkway either side, and 750 millimeter width bed that comes down this side. So effectively, the planting area is 750 millimeters times 10 meters, which gives you 7.5 square meters of planting space. Okay, a little bit later on the 23rd, I must add it, today's also my wife and I's wedding anniversary. So it's a good day to build a new bed. Covered it all with the cardboard box, all the cardboard boxes that was over here just earlier. Most of them I've used, there's still a couple left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to still take off that tape on that one and so forth, and if there's anything else I need to take off, take it off. Put it on the pile over here and throw that in the burner later. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run around with pieces of cardboard and make sure every nook and cranny is filled and covered, and made sure that I don't have any of this couch grass. Make life easy for them. The more we can block them out, the better. And then this is the only thing that I'll probably be fighting. If there's anything else that is what do you want to call it, a perennial weed, then that will come through as well. But all the annual weeds, this will block them out and kill whatever is necessary. But the perennials, the strong perennials with the big root systems, like the couch grasses, like this whole lawn is couch grass. So I'm definitely going to have a bit of a battle with it, with the stronger roots. But if you constantly pull at it, the experts say year, 2 years, maybe 3 years, if you do give it some time to get away. If you don't take care of the edge over here, then it will seep in. But doing the edge twice a year, you shouldn't have a problem. After wiping out all the couch grass on the inside, I'm gonna destroy like 98% of it, and the last 2% you'll just have to fight until you win the battle. It is done. I know you're not going to make it out on the video, but all the strings have been added in, all the markers. Right, 0.63 cubic meters is what I put down here. It is 10 wheelbarrows, each wheelbarrow being 0.063 cubic meter, and I'm probably going to have to drop in a couple more. I'll rake it flat just for the evening and hope that there's no wind tonight, and then that I'll find everything as it is tomorrow morning, and we'll bring in more. I'll probably bring in 5 or 6 more wheelbarrows. Marcus is on camera today, and this is the first planting that we will be doing in the new premises and at the first new bed here at the back of us. These are tomatoes whose seeds I saved from tomatoes at our previous place, and these were my favorite cherry tomatoes, and then I decided I'm going to make a couple of trays before I leave there and do a bed with it. So what I'm going to do is, Marcus, don't you want to come closer a little bit? Is I multi-sowed them all, and you'll see over here there's 2, and now I must decide which one is the one I want to keep. So I cut out one, and then I'll keep the rest of them. They are a bit yellow. They need a bit of fertilized support, and therefore I need to get them into the bed as soon as possible. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tape of mine. I'm going to go 25 centimeters. The minimum you can go is to 22 centimeters, but I'm going to do 25. I'm going to obviously take this spike, poke the end of the tape into the ground, and then pull it out over the whole 10-meter bed, and then just go every 25 centimeters with this dibbler and just push a hole in the compost. And then after I've pushed all, what is that, 20 holes into the compost over the 10-meter bed, I will be, I'm lying, it's not 20, it's 40 holes. I'll be mixing, Marcus, get us this here. I'll be mixing, this is eggshells that we've crushed ourselves. I'll be mixing some eggshells with the Epsom salt over here into this container, and then I'll put like a dessert spoonful in each hole, and then I'll put the tomato into the hole. Right, there goes. The consistency of this compost is quite coarse, so if I'm gonna direct sow into this bed, I would put a layer of vermicast on it, but I'm not going to direct sow. So I've decided I'm going to leave the vermicast. I'm going to build more vermicast, and then I will use that at use it as potting, seedling mix and so forth. Over the last 2 days, we've had an excess of 100 milliliters of rain, and that is about 4 inches or more than 4 inches of rain. And so everything, the compost, the cardboard box, everything is soaking wet, so it's ideal to plant into. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to finish up with these 40 holes. I'm going to mix the eggshells and the Epsom salt. I'm going to put that in. I'll show you guys when I put that in and put in the plants. Alright, all 40 holes has been done. I've mixed the Epsom salt and the eggshells, and what I'm going to do is just take a bit like this, pour it into the hole, and do all 40 holes like that, and then follow it by taking the plant out of the cell. Look at the root system, nicely developed there, but it's fully developed, so we need to get it into the soil. So I'm going to open it up here, get it in as deep as possible, and then I'm going to leave it like that. The water and the rain will fill it up and cover it up as it needs to go. And then the next one, beautiful roots there. It's going to be very happy in this material. I believe it will. It does look like the right quality. It smells right. All 40 the plants are in. All right, now it's just time and sunshine, man. Time and sunshine. There's a little bit of rain also predicted for tonight and later next week. So yeah, the moisture should be fine. I'll maybe give it some water in between, but it's going to be good. Blessings. Love you lots. Justus Meyer. No Dig Africa. God loves you more.